Hello all, and welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I don't usually do hyperboles. I do my best to be as accurate, to be as fair and unbiased when it comes to any review I do on this channel. For any show, WWE, AEW. I do my best to stay away from saying, this is the greatest show, or this is the greatest match, or this is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Because everyone's opinion is subjective, and you always want to find that sweet spot. Especially nowadays with the wrestling fans we're dealing with on the interwebs, on social media. Everything is divided. But I can't front. When this show ended, the first thought that went through my mind was that I just watched one of the best wrestling shows of 2023. Maybe it will be the best. Jesus Christ, if we get better shows than this, it's going to be one of the greatest years in wrestling, period. This was without a shadow of a doubt one of the best all elite wrestling pay-per-views to ever be produced, with one of the best pay-per-view crowds in San Francisco, California, and one of the greatest main events I have ever seen. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say, I thought Bryan Danielson and MJF had the absolute greatest Ironman match of my time as a wrestling fan. Since I started watching wrestling, I have yet to see one Ironman match that I can call the best. This is it. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the absolute greatest 1000% greatest Ironman match you will probably ever see in your lifetime. MJF and Bryan Danielson toe it up. Toe it up from the flow up. I cannot for the life of me find a better Ironman match than this. And here's the crazy part. This match was so good, it outshined a card of outstanding matches. My goodness. The House of Black versus the Elite. I was like, there's no way anything's topping that match. Oh, and then we got the John Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page. And I said, well, goddamn. What the hell was that match? The Texas Death Match, one of the most violent matches I have personally ever seen. It was amazing. Bloody and violent. I loved every part of it. And I thought the rest of the card was good to great. The women's match, the triple threat women's match with Ruby Soho, shocked the world and joined, well, not really shocked the world. You would expect her to join the ex-WWE girls because she came from WWE, right? But you were thinking, like, if anyone was going to be with AEW, it would be her. Nope. She joined the bad guys. Wow. We got some storyline progression with the women. Hopefully we get an explanation to what the hell's going on here and why they're doing what they're doing. I would hope so. But man, like, listen, I didn't even think I was going to like the Fatal 4-Way match because Jeff Jarrett. But the comedy match of the evening was that Fatal 4-Way, and it was great. I enjoyed the Jeff Jarrett match. What the hell? Oh my God. The final burial, Christian Cage, Jungle Boy Jack Perry, Jungle Boy getting his much needed victory over Christian. And then we got the return of FTR. So you already know it's going to be the Guns and FTR. And I told y'all, I've been told y'all, the only reason they put those belts on the Guns is to give it to FTR. And long and behold, that's the direction we're going in. And despite all that craziness, I can't stop thinking about that Ironman match. God damn. If you are someone that honestly believed that MJF was not a main event player, I hope tonight's pay-per-view changed all that. If you still, even now, believe MJF is not a main event player, my friend, I don't know why you're watching wrestling. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I have no idea why you continue to watch this. If that main event did nothing for you, why are we here? Why are we here? Like, this pay-per-view reminded me once again why I am a wrestling fan, why I do what I do, why I love what I do. Everything about this show screamed one of the best pay-per-views I've seen. Now, I'm going to do things a little bit differently here. I usually have a grade ready to go for the show. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let the fans decide what grade this show gets. Currently, I have listed an S. Now, the highest grade I give to any show is an S. That means it's one of the greatest shows of all time. But if you don't think it's one of the greatest shows, but it's close to it, we can go for A, which is just an excellent, outstanding show from top to bottom. B, good show. And then the other one, C, D, F, we're not going to talk about that. If you vote a C, D, F, listen, you might want to go ahead and just move along, because I'm about to gush all over this show. Pause. Anyways, look here. I thought this was easily one of the best shows. But if it was up to me, I would have given this an S. But I'm not going to do that. I am going to reserve reacting out of instinct and allow the fans to decide what this show gets. So at the end, we will check what the majority says this show should get. As of right now, the grade is an A. I'm probably going to lean to an A+. But, yeah, the leading grade right now is an A. We will see what the grade is by the end of the show. But we're going to talk about all the matches. We're going to go through the entire card from top to bottom. I'm going to give my praise, my love to San Francisco. And we're definitely going to break down that main event match. Holy shit. So good. Before we get to any of that, let's talk about one little incident that did happen in the main event. So, it's being reported by Fightful Select that a little boy and his mother left the building very upset, because I think when MJF walked out into the crowd, he threw a bottle of water on the boy, and he being the boy, lost his mind. He was very upset. You know, MJF being a heel, but the mother got very offended by it too. You don't want that to happen, Chief. But that's what happened. So I'm assuming there might be some legal troubles coming AEW's way, but I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. I loved it. Honestly, that just makes this match even more awesome. Yeah, get that kid out of here. You alright? It's just a bottle of water. It's just a bottle of water. Really? At least MJF didn't kick him in the face. Then you can sue him, but he just threw some water on him. Oh God. You ruined the kid's life. Go watch WWE. I'm joking. I love WWE too. This isn't a WWE shot. I'm not saying WWE is better or worse. I'm just so happy I saw this show. It was well worth the $50. I've never felt so good spending $50 on a show. The last time I felt this good was AEW All Out 2021. I'm not joking. Again, if it was up to me, this would get an S. But it's getting an A based off the votes right now. We'll see where things sit. All right. let's get to it, y'all. Let's pay these bills, get right to the show, do the shout-outs to the sponsorship, and then, of course, we'll do Super Chat Championship. The Super Chat title is on the line. Our boy, Nickname I, will be putting up the title. If you want this Super Chat Championship, you have to out-donate him. And looking at his current donation, I don't see that happening. $500! Wow! Massive donation from Nickname My. You love to see it. We'll get to that in just a second, but we just started the show. Let's get right to it. If this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all of our content when it comes out. Wow, you're at it. Help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button to get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, hot topic, or review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can. Also, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at Just Alex Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, and give me a follow on TikTok. For I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo, and yes, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalexsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi, and please get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Get you an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt, get you a new school Alex's World t-shirt, but most importantly, get you a blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie. America, it's a remix. It's a remix. T-shirt made by It's J Knox and Firestar Heart. All this down below in the description box. And today's sponsor is Extra Wallet, changing the way you carry your items every day, one day at a time. Let's just get right to it. Let's get a quick word from our sponsor, and then of course we'll get to some shout-outs. Today's video is sponsored by Extra. In today's age, old leather wallets are a thing of the past. People are looking for something more efficient. That's where Extra comes in. It can fit in your front pocket or any other space convenient for your access. It is the perfect smart wallet for minimalists that only carry essential items such as credit cards and IDs. It also has a cool pop-up feature that allows you to see what's inside, so you always know what you're getting out. Plus, it comes with its own tracker that connects with your phone, so if you ever misplace it, you can instantly find it. Amazing designs, amazing features, all at amazing prices. And today, if you click the link down below and use the promo code JustAlex, you can get 40% off any purchase you make. I truly believe this is a great gift, and it's changing the way people carry their items. So don't hesitate. Use the link below and get you a wallet today. All right, guys, you know what time it is. Hit it.
Best AEW PPV so far. One of the best shows of all time, top 5 category. Not only with MJF vs. Danielson a top 5 greatest match of all time, but 2 more classics and no weak point of the show. Great moments with FTR
Great moments with FTR returning and House of Black finally having a title. Who needs build up, I guess? Yeah, I guess it was very wordy, and apparently the chat bot said, it's too much to say. But yeah, I agree, Nickname I. He might have already taken it. Jesus Christ.
Watch the PPV to make up for Mania. Worth it.
My goodness. Look here. I might need to go ahead and close this Super Chat Championship defense. To beat Nickname I, you would have to donate $500 and then an extra amount to win the championship. Because right now, I think he said it's 533. It's 533 right now. So here's the thing. If you want to beat Nickname My, that means you have to donate $500 and then do another extra 20, maybe $50. So actually, you would have to do 550. If I'm being honest with you, the amount to beat is $550. So Good luck. I think we're going to have to go ahead and close this because I don't see anyone else doing it. And I saw that apparently we had an idiot trying to ruin the fun for everybody. Thank y'all for taking care of the troll, and they were on it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some of the greatest moderators here on YouTube. Please show some love to Ultra, Sean97, 5-Star Heart, Alyx Dignity, YouTube Emperor Wrestling Girl, Big NGM, and of course, Khalil does everything. Everything. I gave you a clap, clap, boom, boom, clap that time. I hope you like it. Please be sure you like the video, guys. It is very important that you guys like the video, because the more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So get them likes up. It is very imperative that you guys like the video. Man, let me just get these shout outs in. Paid Enthusiasts, Nate Klein, Matthew Pace, Carlos Morenzo, Anthony Wads in the building, Dragon Fruit 786 HD. Now that's a new name. Welcome, sir. I like seeing new faces. Jonathan Ayala, good to have you here. Gen X 6887. I think I also see ZSP 111. This match made my heart skip a beat not once but twice during the sudden death. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a match. It was one of the greatest matches. KC for Life, Wrestling Takes. Good to have you here, KC. Uh-oh. What was that? The Beep Jr., proud to be part of this community since 2018. Welcome, sir. YouTube member in his house. Oh my God. San Francisco brought the heat, man. You love to see it. DJ Pooh, 21. Mr. Robert Brown, from Browntown. Mr. Robert Brown. Let's do a couple more, then I'll get to the review. The Powerbomb Project, Nella Nell. Ooh, Xavier Jackson. A-Rit, Adam Ritter. Panda Hat. John Beal II. Pimp Boy Brooklyn. Minako 42. Crushing Kelly Black, BMWF. David Sakaria. Did I say that right? David Sakaria. Liam Melaniel, and last but not least, let's give it to DEW Wrestling. All right, thank y'all so much. If I don't say your name, please don't be offended. Uh-oh. Now get these super chats in. I know I love these super chats. 99 cents, I'll take it. 9 cents, 99 cents, 9,900, $99. Whichever you want to donate, my friend. Thank you so much for your contributions, because you guys help keep this channel running. Let's go ahead and get things started. I thought this show was amazing. I don't want to hold y'all. I just really want to go ahead and get to this review. So if you guys don't mind, sit back and relax, and let's talk about one of the best shows to come out of AEW. And you know what's crazy? The build for this show was one of the worst. For real talk. This was one of the worst builds for any AEW show we've gotten. Now imagine if they were to hype it as well as they delivered. If they were to give each of these matches the kind of story that Moxley and Page got, that Bryan and MJF got. Holy shit. I think the build is what's stopping people from saying it's one of the greatest shows of all time. If this show had even an ounce of a proper build, people would be saying it's one of the best shows. But you know what? Doesn't matter. Because I keep telling it, and I'm going to keep saying it right now. AEW has one of the greatest, if not the greatest, wrestling rosters in the world. You will not see top quality wrestling anywhere else consistently delivered like you get here in AEW. Especially on pay-per-views. Say what you want about Dynamite, say what you want about anything else. These shows have been kicking ass. All kinds of ass, ladies and gentlemen, and I am happy. Very, very happy for it. 1 second, let me do one quick fix. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your patience. Your boy is always trying to give you the best quality television. At least on YouTube. But yeah, this without question was, in my opinion, top 5 AEW pay-per-view shows that we've delivered. And part of that is thanks to the crowd. This was their first time in San Francisco, right? No one has corrected me yet. I'm going to go with it. If there was a time they were in San Francisco, let me know. But this is a new market, right? Not only did they get a bigger crowd, there was a bigger crowd here than there was at Revolution 2020, at Revolution 2021, at Revolution 2022. This was the biggest crowd, 9,000. They could fit 10,000. They got 9,000. It sounded like 20,000. And it maintained itself throughout the entire night. So, what I love about this show was that Tony Khan didn't get too crazy with the amount of matches. You had 8 matches. 8 strong, solid matches that all delivered. 3 over-delivered, including that main event. But when you got 8 matches, you're able to pace things out a little bit. When we got to the main event, I said it was 9:30. I said, oh my God, we're going to end the show before midnight. Sweet. I think that's what helped it. The pacing is what helped it feel like a better show. And the crowd was able to maintain that energy because of them spacing the matches out better. And I hope Tony Khan continues that. I hope Tony Khan is able to maintain that sweet spot. I don't mind. 8 matches is that's a good stopping point. If you have to go to 9, fine. No more than 9. Personally, I say keep it at 8. I think 8 is, like NXT takeovers would do 6. Only 6, maybe 5, but only 6. No more than that. They never went past 6. Same thing should be about this show. Hey, 8. You can probably maybe make up with 9. But you really just need 8 matches. This is the perfect blueprint. 8 matches. That's all you need. 8 strong, solid, well-built, story-driven matches. And I promise you, you will knock these shows out the park every time. And you'll have even more crazy crowds like San Francisco. I didn't see the pre-show. I heard it was garbage. I believe you. I believe you if you say it was garbage. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about the first match. The first match on the show, ladies and gentlemen, was Jericho versus Ricky Starks. This match was good. I'm happy that it was straightforward. They didn't waste any time. They got right to it. It was a solid match. Chris Jericho got most of the offense, but then our boy Ricky Starks came back from behind and whooped that trick. I think we almost had interference from Sammy Guevara, but he was stopped by Action Andretti. But for the most part, lots of crazy counters, good in-ring action, and Ricky Starks win with the Rochambeau to get what I'm thinking is one of the very few victories over Chris Jericho where someone beat him twice. I think there's like one other person that beat Chris Jericho twice. Jon Moxley, right? I think it's literally just Jon Moxley and Ricky Starks. Y'all let me know. I feel like there's one more person who has another victory over Chris Jericho, but Eddie Kingston has a victory, but he hasn't beaten him twice. Bryan Danielson has a victory, but he hasn't beaten him twice. MJF has a victory, but he hasn't beaten him twice. So one of the only 2, maybe 3, to have 2 victories over Chris Jericho. Ricky Starks is a main event player. I hope he gets a feud that's worth his time. I am excited to see what happens with him going forward. He is the new generation. He is the new star. Give him the microphone. Let him go crazy. Good match to open up the show. Crowd loved it. And then we got this match, which is apparently not going to cover the entire screen. I must have replaced it. Oh, that's right, because it was a no DQ, no holds barred match, and then it changed to final burial. But there you go. Jack Perry, Jungle Boy Jack Perry versus Christian Cage. Now, This match suffered from Christian being injured. He was gone for a couple of months, 6 months? And so the build suffered. The storytelling suffered a little bit. And I was getting kind of worried that the match wouldn't feel as special because of it. I was wrong. The intensity in this match, the fight feel, the big fight feel that we got was palpable. We have to remember that Christian is one of the best workers in wrestling today because of his ability to make you really, really care about what's going on. It wasn't a wrestling match. They could have done some wrestling moves. They did a couple of wrestling moves, but it wasn't a wrestling match. It was a fight. And they treated it like a fight. They beat the piss out of each other. They used weapons. They bled. Christian bled, for sure. And it being a final burial match, which is another term for casket match, I guess. You can't say casket match, so final burial match. I'm fine with that. Not a coffin match, but a casket match. Final burial. And so basically they had to fight upstage and they had to throw someone in the casket and close it, and that's how you win. And man, to me, that concerto, Jungle Boy hitting Christian with that concerto. Oh. So I know there's a trick that they do to make that look safe. I don't think that one was safe. I think Jungle Boy actually hit Christian, because I went back and watched it twice. The second time it looked even more brutal. I think he actually hit Christian. I think Christian said, you hit me hard. But because I know when you do a concerto, the tip of the chair hits first before the chair hits you. And there's a certain way you can do that without hurting them. But I think he just hit Christian upside his head. And Christian sort of like a champ. Jungle Boy Jack Perry carries Christian to the coffin, dumps him in there, and wins the match. A great brawl. An excellent match to launch Jungle Boy Jack Perry to the stratosphere. Excellent match to launch. So, looks like I sound good. Just wanted to be sure I'm being heard very well. Yeah, man, that was a crazy chair shot to the head. You love to see it. Now, I believe the next match, if I'm not mistaken, was the first of 3 classics. The first of 3 classics on this show. Woo, boy, let's get to it. I'm excited. The Elite versus the House of Black, AEW World Trios champs. I think we all knew. We all had a feeling that this was going to be one of the best matches to come out of this weekend. Would you believe me if I told you this exceeded my expectations? Honestly, honest to God, hand over heart, this might have been the best trios match we've seen in AEW so far. This was the match we needed to get when it comes to the House of Black. The House of Black needed, and I mean needed, to have this match. Because for the longest time, I was just kind of sitting there waiting for them to have a match like this. I'm like, you guys got one of the best stables in wrestling, and you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything with Malachi Black or Buddy Murphy or Brody King. You have the ability to really, really create something with these two teams. And the build, once again, the build was not great. What was the build? What was it? What? House of Black came out, lights went out, went back on. That's literally the build. So again, I feel like this show would be praised a lot more if the build was better. But let me tell you something. It don't matter. Because this match was one of the best trios matches I've ever seen. Oh God, it had everything. I loved that as soon as Kenny Omega and Malachi Black got inside the ring, the crowd started chanting, "This is awesome." That's how you know Malachi Black is a main event player. And eventually, that's where we need to go with him. Malachi Black as a world champion. There's so many world champions in AEW. But, my goodness, this match was fast-paced. This match was great selling. You had all kinds of counters and high-flying craziness. But it was a mixture of the Elite's spot festy style and that strong style that we usually see, that brutal, strong style that we usually see from House of Black. And I thought it was a great mixture. The crowd was hot for it. I was hot for it. Easily one of the best matches I've seen in terms of a trios match. And to my great surprise, what made me very happy was seeing the House of Black win the trios championships. What? Whoop, whoop. The House of Black are your new trios champions. My goodness. I did not see the Elite losing those bouts. I'm sorry. I didn't see them losing. But I predicted. I said, nah, screw that. I said in my preview in predictions, I said, no, you give those belts to the House of Black. God damn it, they've been here. They need something. And they got it. They got it, man. They got it. It's just so goddamn good. So, this is it. This is the launching point. You now have established the House of Black. They beat the Elite. You can't... Listen here. You beat literally the best trios team in all of AEW. You've established the House of Black as a dominant force. They need to carry those belts for a long time. Because the House of Black is shit. They're amazing. And I hope that they reign a long time as your AEW World Trios Champions. But an excellent, excellent trios match to make it happen. Next up, the women's triple threat women's championship match. Jamie Hayter, Saraya, Ruby Soho, Soho. Match was good. Ultimately, it was probably one of the best matches I've seen Saraya have. I still think the match against Britt Baker was awesome. People don't like that match as much because she was rusty. I thought it was great. I don't care what y'all say. That to me is Saraya's best match. But this was easily second best. Good match. Nothing to complain about, really. But I think what people care most about is what happened afterwards. So let's go ahead and fast forward. Talk about Jamie Hayter pinning Ruby Soho. Because she did. She pinned her. And then Jamie Hayter gets attacked by Toni Storm. And then Saraya starts attacking with Toni Storm. Britt Baker gets inside the ring. And then Ruby Soho runs in to run off Saraya and Jamie Hayter, seemingly joining Britt Baker and Toni Storm. Only for Ruby Soho to hit her finisher on Jamie Hayter and knock out Britt. Grab that green spray paint. And then they spray paint and yell on their ass. Maybe it wasn't their ass. Maybe it was their back. But she spray painted that L on their back. And Ruby Soho has joined the AEW Outsiders. Okay. Makes sense. Former AEW WWE talent coming to AEW, didn't get a lot of love. So, this was a good kick in the gut. Because I wasn't feeling the AEW Outsider angle for a little bit there. Because I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, why are they even outsiders? What's the deal here? Now, with Ruby Soho, I feel like we got a story now. Now we got something, all right. We have a premise. Now we need to establish it. We need the women to establish it now. What is the premise? It's like, we came in, we were hoping to get respect, but unfortunately, you heifers, you AEW originals, aren't giving it to us. We tried our best to do things the right way, but every single time, we just get shit on. So, I'm hoping and praying that Ruby Soho, Saraya, and Toni Storm, and whoever else they get, maybe we'll get Mercedes, can really establish that idea where it's just like, all we want to do was help AEW, but you pushed us aside. So now we are here to take our position at the top. Simple as that. You do that, I think this can go somewhere. I'm surprised they didn't give the belt to Saraya. Would have been nice. But you know what? I think ultimately for this storyline to have legs, Saraya has to win that championship. Eventually. So she might do it. You know what I think she's going to do it? I think she's going to do it at Double or Nothing. Maybe she'll do it before then. Maybe she'll win on TV. Perhaps. Yeah, maybe they'll do Saraya versus Jamie Hayter 1-on-1, and that's when she'll win it. Maybe they'll do it with Ruby Soho. Maybe Ruby Soho's going to win. They have to justify her heel turn somehow, right? How do you do that? By having her win. Like, I really want to be invested in this. You got the right people in it. Ruby Soho being a heel makes it more interesting. But let's get the premise now, okay? What do y'all want to do to the women's division? Why are we here? Why are we doing this? Why are we attacking women? What's the premise? And then when you get these AEW originals, what's their premise? Why are they defending the roster? Why aren't some of them agreeing with Saraya? Because there are a lot of former WWE talent. Athena. Please let Athena be involved. She's already a heel. It just fits. Oh, wow. I just thought about that. Toni Storm, Saraya, Ruby Soho, Athena? And then they get Mercedes? Oh. And then we do Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, Jade Cargill, Chris Statlander. Oh, I'm cooking. What's the fifth one? Rio? Nyla Rose? Who y'all want? Give me some ideas. Like, we can do blood and guts. We can go there. I'm excited. But come on, I need these ladies to turn up the heat. Let's turn up the heat a little bit. All right, let's take a break. Now, some people are saying Thunder Rosa. If Thunder Rosa is healthy, I would love for it to be Thunder Rosa as the final opponent. Shoot, Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker working together? Damn. Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter. Oh, that's good. I like that even more. Jamie Hayter. Again, we got plenty of them. Maybe Chris Statlander might not even be healthy, so we might do like Riho, Willow. There's so many possibilities. Well, we'll get to it. We got plenty of time to build to Blood and Guts because it's not happening until like June or July. All right, let's take a second to play some more super chats because I see a lot of them just kind of sitting there. I want you guys to feel like I'm not paying attention to you. What is this? DEW Wrestling has subscribed. Why, thank you, sir. I appreciate you subscribing. But we also have a super chat ready to go.
What's next for Jon Moxley?
Woo, that's a good question. I'm very curious to see what they do with Jon Moxley next. Very, very curious. That's going to be very interesting to see what they do with him next. What do y'all think? Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Nickname Mai is going to run away with this. What's next? Is the next match the Texas Death Match? Oh. Y'all know. Y'all already know. I'm about to piss some people off. Y'all ready for me to piss some people off? Let me stretch for a minute. Because, these wrestling purists who occupy this wrestling space, the Dave Meltzers of the world, they think hardcore blood is what's ruining wrestling. The ECWs, the CCWs, that backyard garbage that Jim Cornette calls it. Everybody has got an opinion on these types of matches. The death matches, the Texas death matches. And for the life of me, I've seen Mick Foley, whether it's Cactus Jack, whether it's Mankind, I've seen him put his body in the line in some of the most brutalist matches that I could ever imagine in wrestling. I've watched CCW's matches. I've seen The Glass. I've seen Jon Moxley take on MDK all effing day, Nick effing Gage. I've seen it. I've seen some of the most brutal. I even saw Jon Moxley versus Kenny Omega. And people hated that match, and I loved it. So I already know. The same people who hated all those matches absolutely despise this one. And here's my answer to you. What? This, my friends, was one of the best matches that I've seen AEW do in terms of hardcore matches, in terms of that bloody, violent, ultra-violent style of wrestling that I know the wrestling purists hate. I grew up during the 90s where ECW revolutionized this business. If there wasn't an ECW, there would be an Attitude Era. And because of what ECW did, the Attitude Era said, we're going to take that and we're going to beat WCW with it. All you wrestling purists out there who came in, during the 80s and the 90s when it was about what they did inside the ring. You guys got to understand something. Wrestling needs a variety. It can't always just be grappling inside the ring 24/7 in submission wrestling. You gotta have some luchadors in there. You gotta have some female wrestling in there. You gotta have a couple of spot fests in there. You gotta have some ladder matches in there. You gotta mix it up. You gotta have your grappling in there too. You gotta have some technical masterpieces as well. But then every once in a while, I need me some blood. And I'm not just talking about the little squirt. Nah, I need me some blood. We got plenty of that in this match. This was hardcore. The kind of match that ECW dreamed they could have. Holy shit, this was violent. There were a couple of moments, even for me, I just turned away from the screen. Jon Moxley took on Hangman Page, and perhaps one of the only well-built feuds of the entire night. I loved Hangman Page's new entrance name. I'm thinking that's his new entrance. Cool. About time he changed it up. Maybe it won't be. Maybe he'll go back to the regular one afterwards, but I thought it was great. But great entrance. I loved it. Awesome. But he beat the piss. The absolute dog shit out of Jon Moxley. They beat the hell out of each other. This was rough. This was rough. So, all right, let me talk about the moments that made me turn away from the screen. The first moment, I'm not even going to lie. The first moment was when he pulled out that fork. And I said, shit, here we go. Jon Moxley hooks Hangman Page and one of them triangle holds, the little triangle neck, what do you call that? The little triangle hold? Whatever. While he's in there struggling, Jon Moxley gets the fork and starts stabbing. Now that part's already hard enough. And then after he's done stabbing, he starts working the bitch across his forehead. And you're actually seeing the blood gush out. And you're like, oh my god. Oh my god. What the fuck? What the fuck? That was crazy, man. And that wasn't even the most violent part. But that one was one of those. All right. Okay. Then Jon Moxley said, I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to get 2 bricks. Take him inside the ring. Put Hangman Page's hand, both of his hands under the bricks. And then stomp on them. Like, this guy is like a surgeon when it comes to violence. Like, he knows how to fuck you up. He's a freaking surgeon when it comes to violence, man. That's scary. Oh, man, like, where else do I start? Someone just told me a triangle chokehold. Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Oh, my God, the barbed wire. There was a spot where Hangman Page literally wrapped his exposed skin in barbed wire and hit a moonsault. He wrapped himself in barbed wire, hit a moonsault, on Jon Moxley. And it was real barbed wire, by the way. This was no fake barbed wire. Because when he pulled it off, you actually saw the holes, the punctures in his skin. It was crazy. Then, I think Jon Moxley at one point fell on a barbed wire table. I can't recall who fell on. I think they both, no, actually they both fell on barbed wire tables. Because Jon Moxley fell on his first, and then freaking Hangman Page fell on one too. Oh, God. Then there was something with a chain at the end where Hangman Page hung Moxley over the top rope with a chain around his neck. Like a noose? Oh, I know. I know the wrestling purists hated this match. I don't give a damn. This was awesome. It was exactly what it needed to be. Too many people nowadays just want everything to be the goddamn same. That's why wrestling isn't growing anymore. Because we gotta keep it exactly how it was back in the 90s and the 80s. No! We need variety. Wrestling needs blood. All the people on Twitter are like, this is disgusting. What is this disgusting? Did you grow up being sheltered by your parents? Wrestling needs blood. How are these wrestlers supposed to get any kind of respect? How are we supposed to show that what they're doing is dangerous? That requires a professional to do what they're doing. We need blood. This was exactly what you needed to do to establish Hangman Page. Because to me, the next person that should fight MJF is Hangman Page. You establish him as that sawn-off monster, the guy that made Jon Moxley submit. He had to. There was no other way to get Hangman Page to this level other than to do what they did. This was an excellent match. And that ending where he hung Moxley over the goddamn top rope and it looked like he had a noose around his neck. And then Moxley was choking out, almost passed out, but then tapped to not die. Like he was gonna kill Moxley if he didn't tap out. Jesus Christ. The first time ever in AEW history that Jon Moxley tapped out. I loved it. I thought it was one of the best violent matches, the most violent matches I've seen in AEW. Period. And it was definitely a classic for me. That was holy shit. Man, after I saw that trios match, I'm like, I think we're good. I don't think nothing's topping it. And then I saw this match and went, oh, okay. We might have some competition here. I don't know about that main event. That main event's gonna have some competition. That main event is going to have some competition. Little did I know, the best is yet to come. Hangman Page wins, much needed victory. I'm assuming he's the next one to fight MJF, as he should be. So I'm excited about that match. Moving on, Samoa Joe versus Wardlow for the TNT Championship. Good match overall. Crowd was solid for it. I didn't think the crowd was like dead for it, but it wasn't as hot as the freaking the Texas Death Match completely took the wind out of their sails. They were into the match, but they weren't like into the match. And there was no way you was gonna follow. There was no way that you could follow that craziness of a Texas Death Match. But they did a pretty good job. It was a good match. And Samoa Joe lost the title to Wardlow due to a coquina clutch. What? Wardlow made Samoa Joe pass out to his own finisher. That's not the only time that happens tonight. It's like Tony Khan said, I am going to use the veterans to put over the new generation in every single way. And that's what we got. Samoa Joe passed out to the coquina clutch that Wardlow hooked on him. That's crazy. So, Wardlow is now a two-time TNT champ, and I do expect him to drop that belt to Powerhouse Hobbs this Wednesday, because I think Samoa Joe is going to cost him. Calling it now. Samoa Joe is going to cost Wardlow. They get one more match, hair versus hair. Probably. But yeah, like, damn, that's crazy. Wardlow beat Samoa Joe with his own finisher. Two-time champ. Yeah, this won't be a long reign. I see Powerhouse Hobbs winning it on Wednesday, as he should. Because Powerhouse Hobbs has been criminally underrated. What was easily the comedy match of the evening? AEW World Tag Team Championship, The Guns versus The Acclaimed have arrived! Scissor me, daddy ass! Pause. Versus Orange Cassidy and Danhausen versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Now, I was very surprised at how well Orange Cassidy and Danhausen worked together. I was like, God damn, this is great. They have excellent chemistry. And this is a funny-ass match. Now, Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. I don't want to give this match credit, because I don't want to give any credit to that son of a bitch, Jeff Jarrett. But I guess he was involved in creating a great match. It was a nice comedy match, a nice little breather before the main event. It's a good buffer. So I'll give you credit, Jeff Jarrett. Now stay the fuck out of the main event scene and we'll be good. Thank you. Thank you. Now, this match was great. I thought it was all kinds of fun. Very fast-paced. No room to breathe. All teams got a chance to shine. You even had Satnam Singh get in there and get his ass famous-erd by Billy Gunn. But as you know, Danhausen was in there to eat the pin. That's why they had them there. That's why they had Danhausen and Orange Cassidy there to eat the pin. So the Guns can maintain the titles. After the match, after the Guns retain the titles, here comes Renee Young to interview them. And they said they are the best tag team in the world. And there was no other tag team that could beat them. Ain't that interesting? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you had to know. You just had to know. As soon as they said that, you knew what music was coming. You already was on the edge of your seat. And AEW delivered the goods. Ladies and gentlemen, you hear the dum 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 time. FTR walk out. The crowd loses their shit. They enter the ring and beat the piss out of the Guns. And there you go. I told y'all. I said, listen here. The only reason they gave them belts to the Guns was because FTR was coming back. And look at that. Oh, but they're going to WWE. Really? You're going to go to WWE right now when Vince McMahon's over here booking Omos and Brock Lesnar? No! I'm yelling a lot more than I really wanted to. I'm sorry. But y'all already knew FTR was coming back. The moment Vince McMahon bullied his way back into WWE and possibly will most likely sell to Saudi Arabia. We'll talk about that later. You already knew FTR was coming back. And they did. Now, I'm not seeing any news that they re-signed yet, but I'm expecting it very soon. I do expect them to re-sign with AEW. They ain't going back to no WWE. You can forget about that. Also, I think it's safe to say that if FTR is back, Punk is coming back. Now, you already knew he was coming back. That's neither here or there, but he is definitely coming back, and I can't wait for that. So, yeah, FTR is going to be your new tag team champion soon, and they should be, because they are the best tag team in the world. So, don't worry. The Guns are not going to hold those belts forever. You already know they're going to drop it to you know who very soon. And then last, but certainly not least, we get to the main event of the evening. without a shadow of a doubt, one of the greatest main events I've ever seen. This is not hyperbole. This is not me being biased. This is me speaking to you as a fan that's watched wrestling for close to 25 years. 23 years. Actually, it is 25 years. 25 years when it comes to WrestleMania. When WrestleMania hits, it'll be 25 years because I started in 1998. Jesus Christ, 25 years. That's incredible. I'm coming from someone who watched wrestling for 25 years. This is the greatest Ironman match I have ever seen. There wasn't a slow moment in this match. Everything had purpose. Everything had a reason to exist. The selling of MJF and Bryan Danielson was top notch. I had a feeling that they were trying to redo Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels, go to a draw, which I figured was going to be the case. Man, this was, I don't even know where to begin. Like, the match started off slow. And I love that the crowd was into it the entire time. I'm serious. It's one of those matches where I saw it, and in my mind, I went, this is one of the greatest matches I've ever seen. For real. And then you had the crowd from the beginning behind Bryan Danielson. Some behind MJF too. The interest was very interesting with him coming out as the devil. And I hope we get back to that character, by the way. We should get back to the devil of AEW. But I loved that they started off slow. I don't think they got a pinfall the first 30 minutes. It was just pure wrestling. Just pure technical wrestling masterclass. Pure technical wrestling masterclass. And you love to see it. And then after 30 minutes, Bryan Danielson hits the Busaiku knee to get the first pinfall on MJF. MJF decides to be MJF, hit a low blow on Bryan Danielson to give Bryan 2 falls up. And then MJF gets 2 quick pinfalls on Bryan because of the low blow. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And they tie it up. Great psychology, by the way. Love that. That was awesome. And then, oh my God. I don't know what the hell he decided to do this for, but MJF decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to do multiple tombstones. Like The Undertaker. He did one on, he did an elbow drop through a table first. And then once he broke the table, he picked up Bryan and did a tombstone on the remnants on the table. Oh my God. Almost broke his face. Now, as you can imagine, this busted Bryan open. Right? A tombstone busting someone open. What is this? Crazy, I know. Busted him right open with that tombstone. It was nutty. 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 And then he did another tombstone off the top rope. Holy shit. Freaking tombstone off the top rope, man. And then he hits the heat seeker and pins on 1, 2, 3. Now, MJF would hold that fall probably into the last 10 minutes. So it's 3-2. Bryan Danielson makes him tap out to the Regal stretch. And we even at 3-3. Love that. That was great. And so, oh God, now we're down to the last 5 minutes. So now the drama's really ramped up. And then these two are showing their exhaustion. They're bloody. Both of them are busted open. MJF got busted open really badly. His face was leaking. Man, let me tell you something. You thought Jon Moxley liked to bleed? MJF, when he bleeds, he bleeds. He got that good blood. So, it's running down his face. He's taking a beating from Bryan. and they're selling it. They're groggy. You absolutely feel the exhaustion on the men, because they're just groggy and they're taking the punches. And then something crazy happens. 3 minutes left to go. Bryan gets his second win and he comes alive. And now he's laughing. And MJF is like, fuck. And Bryan says, this is why I'm the Iron Man, bitch. And so Bryan starts beating his ass and then hooks a single crab. Oku single crab. Thank you very much, Mr. Unfamiliar. He hooks this devastating freaking crab in MJF's knees. And by the way, throughout the entire night, MJF is selling his knees because he's been doing tombstones and landing on him. And Bryan's been working on his legs. And so Bryan hooked in this freaking crazy single crab. And I love that MJF is like biting his hand. He's like, I'm gonna tap. And then we get to 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7. The crowd's counting down. 3, 2, 1. And MJF taps. We ended a draw. And you're like, fuck. Damn, a draw. Crowd's chanting bullshit. Tony Schiavone comes to the ring. I have word from Tony Khan. Talks to Justin Roberts. Justin Roberts goes on the microphone and says, Tony Khan says he will not allow this pay-per-view to end with a draw. This match will go to sudden death. Crowd went ballistic. MJF is crying. He's on his knees. Bryan is smiling. He's like, your ass is mine. Your soul is mine. Shang Tsung. And this, my friends, this final stretch in sudden death, man, they fucking went all in with that sudden death, man. I might do a full breakdown. Do I want to do a full breakdown of the sudden death? Hold on for a minute. Man, this was so good. Because, let's see here. MJF looked shocked and confused. Danielson is jubilant. I love that. Jubilant. Maxwell Jacob Friedman shoves the referee. Referee pushes him back. Bryan gets him for a roll-up. Near fall. Craziness. We do a couple of series of kicks. MJF tries to get a DQ with the belt, and Rensburg admonishes him for it, but he reminds him he will lose the title. If he uses the belt, he will lose the title. He will give Bryan the title if he does it. MJF decides, fuck, and gives Bryce Rensburg the belt. But then pulls out the diamond ring. He's going to hit him with the diamond ring? Nope. Bryan hits the Poison Frankensteiner, Poison Rana, and then follows up with a Busaiku knee. And we're thinking, oh my god. Bryan's going to do it. It's the perfect finish. 1, 2. MJF kicks out. You're like, what the fuck? Oh, that was one of the best near falls I've ever seen. Because even I was like, oh shit, Bryan did it. He kicks out the Busaiku knee. It was such a cool kick out. But that's when MJF rolls out of the ring. No, I think after that, Bryan hooks him in the, he hamstrings his legs and goes for another half crab. What'd you call that submission again? Single crab, the Oku single crab, whatever the hell. MJF had the diamond ring in his hand. Bryson takes it. Now, as he has the heel hook in the half crab, MJF grabs the ropes and then taps out. He grabbed the ropes first and then tapped out. Bryan thinks he won because he heard the tap out. Referee's like, no, he grabbed the rope. And Bryan's like, are you fucking serious? He grabbed the rope? Yeah, he grabbed the rope, bro. I'm sorry. So MJF goes to the outside. Now he rolls to the outside and gets one of those oxygen tanks. Because he was using an oxygen tank because someone brought it out for him because he has asthma. And Bryan goes to check in on him. MJF hits him with the oxygen tank. He's bow right in the face. And then Bryan falls back. And then MJF rolls into the ring and hooks him in Bryan's label lock. I was going to say yes lock, but the label lock. And Bryan passes out. And you're thinking, right? You're thinking, that's it. Referee holds Bryan's arms up. 1, drops it. 2, raises up. Nope! Bryan's alive! And you're like, oh my god, these guys are gonna fight forever. What the hell? And then the one ending I would have never predicted. You couldn't. If we were doing the preview and predictions now and you asked me to predict the ending, I would have never told you Bryan Danielson would tap out to MJF using his finisher. He would tap, not MJF using the salt of the earth, but Bryan using Bryan's own submission finisher, the label lock. You would have never caught me predicting that, but that's what happened. Bryan woke up and tapped out to the label lock. Oh my god. That crowd was stunned silent. Even I was like, what? MJF, despite cheating, beat Bryan Danielson with his own submission move. Bruh. Like you. Bruh. Oh my god. That was so messed up. That was so messed up. But it was the perfect finish. It was the perfect finish. Now MJF is calling himself the best in the world. Because he made the best in the world tap out. If you go to his Twitter, which we will do right now, what's the tweet we see? I'm the best wrestler in the world. He made Bryan Danielson tap out. The best in the world tapped out. To his own finisher. To his own finisher. Wow. I don't know what to tell y'all. So, that ultimately is the show. But I would like to, if you guys don't mind, look at the media scrum. Because apparently there is a media scrum up. You guys know I do it every time. So, if you guys wouldn't mind, we're going to listen to the MJF, just the MJF portion of it. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I just want to hear what MJF had to say about the media scrum. So here we go.
Me! I'm the best wrestler in the world! There is no more complete wrestler on this planet. Nobody's got my body. Nobody's got my mind. Nobody's got my brain. Inside that ring, on the microphone, hell. I don't need a whole group backing me. I don't need someone in my ear advising me what to say, how to walk, how to talk. There is nobody. And I mean nobody on my level. And you're going to hear it over and over again because ain't nobody dethroning the devil.
I love that MJF is on stilts, by the way. That's really cool.
God damn, I got a hole going out now. Shit's getting real, isn't it? But I feel good. My back ain't against the wall no more. I got nothing to panic about. I'm having fun now. Tony, you ready to have some fun, answer some questions?
Yeah.
Good shit. Got some Kalen and Kalen pickles over there. Going to eat the shit out of that. God fucking damn it. This stupid fucking bum. So when I was in the Senior Bowl All-Star game, no big fucking deal, and I played in the game, I was running on a sweep. I had 15 tackles going into the first half. You don't believe me? Google it, you fucking marks. And a fat roly-poly-oly offensive lineman made a cut block right on my left leg and tore my MCL and my meniscus, and it has been nagging the fucking shit out of me ever since. But did that stop me from tapping out the best wrestler in the world? I'm just curious, Dave, did it? No, it fucking didn't. Oh my God, that's a good fucking pickle. Jesus Christ, classic Gil. Anybody want a piece? Real, nobody wants a pickle? How about you? You want a pickle? Come here, dipshit. Take a pickle.
He's giving out pickles.
Take a pickle. You? Yeah. What are you, fucking deaf? Tell me what you think of this Kalen pickle. Take a big bite.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah, all right. Now fuck off.
Okay. Oh, that's good. I'll watch the rest of that later. Apparently MJF quoted CM Punk. Did he? So how's about we take a listen? I'm curious.
Really looking forward to it for a long.
So let me find the portion. Let me use Scrum. Okay, I think this one's it.
Absurd temperature. And I did Stairmaster almost every day for an hour. I did very heavy lifting, as anybody can see that follows me on social media. I got up to the point where I was doing a 150 dumbbell bench press flat. And I've never been this strong. I've never had this much great cardio. And again, I understood the task at hand. The task at hand was, I knew if I was wrestling Bryan Danielson, I'd be in for the fight of my life. I knew I had to go the devil versus the dragon, and that's no easy feat. And I knew that I wanted to have the greatest exhibition in the history of our sport. And whether you people like me or not, and I can give a shit if you do, Dave, I don't think anybody can pretend at this point that I'm not the most complete professional wrestler in the business today. Whether you like me or not, whether you agree with what I have to say or not.
So he has the freaking towel over his neck. He's eating while he's talking. Is he going to run down the roster next?
I just think it's the God's honest truth. Who's this good on the mic? Who's this good in the ring? Who's the complete package like me? Nobody.
Y'all, this is totally represented.
All right, Reg. He has a one rap song I really like.
It's Righteous Reg.
Yeah.
Grapsity Podcast.
I know who you are, dude.
Also,
just get to the question.
Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Yeah. Oh, PWI. Look at that.
Yeah. You went 1 hour with Bryan Danielson.
1 hour
tonight.
and what? 7
1
minutes?
hour plus.
Yeah.
With Bryan Danielson. Great job.
Thanks.
Who would you say is next in line for the AEW World Champion? I think somebody like Hangman Page had a great victory tonight.
Yeah.
He could possibly be next up for it. Do you have anybody on your radar, or are you just moving forward as the AEW champion? No problem.
To be brutally honest, like I said, there's a lot of people on my radar. I am fully aware that Hangman Adam Page is a good competitor. I'm also fully aware of how I won this. Anybody know who I beat for this Dynamite Diamond Ring originally?
So yeah, I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'll listen to the rest of it. Let's do MJF. How many minutes does he have? We only got 5 minutes left. You know what? Let me listen to the rest of it, and then I'll do a live chat afterwards.
Page. I think Hangman is scared of MJF, and I think Hangman knows better than to come anywhere near MJF for the time being. There are other people here that I genuinely, really don't like. I also don't love the fact that a guy like Jungle Boy or Darby Allin or Sammy Guevara is allowed to walk around like they are homegrown superstars. Yes, they're homegrown. They're very solid. But at this point, I think it is very obvious that there is only one pillar that actually holds this place up. So kind of would like to prove a point there. Adam Cole was talking shit on Twitter. Wasn't a fan of that. Think he should keep his fucking mouth shut, and maybe he should tell his girlfriend of his to do so as well. Are there more people? Sure. I don't like Claudio Castagnoli's face. I think Eddie Kingston's a crybaby bitch. And I think he's also a little punk, and I wouldn't mind getting a chance to slap him across his blue-collar face.
Damn.
There's a lot of people that I would love to absolutely demolish, both on the microphone and in the ring. But as I said, I don't do dream matches. The only dream I have is to hold this and for the reign of terror to last in eternity. Next question.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
MJF Salcedo. So I'm curious.
Denise!
You've done a lot of stuff now in AEW.
Your voice is graining, but keep going.
I do want to ask you, in terms of, where does this rank for you? Where does tonight rank for you?
I think tonight is the biggest statement of all. I think I'm just going to state a fact. And if anybody in this room disagrees with me, that's fine. You're wrong, but it's okay. There's this weird thing because I am a special attraction and I don't wrestle as often as everybody else that I'll wrestle. Everyone will be reminded that I'm the best professional wrestler in the world. And then by the time I wrestle again, I'll actually read Nimrods on social media go, MJF's really good on the microphone, but I don't know if he can hang in the ring. And it happens over and over and over and over again. Maybe perhaps after tonight, everyone who tweets that can shut the fuck up because it's ridiculous at this point.
Yeah.
Jungle Boy match, Darby Allin match, Sammy Guevara match, Chris Jericho match, Cody Rhodes match, CM Punk match. Do you want me to keep going? I can keep going tonight.
He said CM Punk. Just out of nowhere.
The Ricky Starks match. I've had so many fucking classics at this point. And yes, I don't wrestle often. You want to know why I don't wrestle often? Because I'm not a fucking mark. I'm not. I have the world title. This is the only thing that matters. Why am I going to fucking get punched in the face for no reason? It's dumb. I'm going to let these idiots do that. And if at this point anybody questions whether or not I'm the best in this business, if anybody questions whether or not I can go in this ring, I implore you to stop fucking bullshitting yourself and just watch my fucking matches back. You fucking idiots. I was reading people, sincerely, Tony, again, on social media. And I love this shit because it just puts a fucking gigantic chip on my shoulder and it sharpens my fucking horns. Okay. I was reading people actually saying 60 minutes MJF. I don't know if he can do that. Fucking what? What? It's outrageous. So are we done? I'm asking you guys, because you are the cream of the crop of the marks. Are we done pretending? Are we done pretending that MJF isn't the most complete wrestler? I'm fucking sick of it. No more pretending that I can't go as well in the ring as I can on the microphone. Enough already. It's over. It's done. Stop comparing me to dumb motherfuckers that can only talk. I am not one-dimensional. Enough. Next question.
Y'all, I don't know. I don't know if MJF can work in WWE. Like this. Oh, God. I'm going to be so upset if he does go to WWE and they water him down. He's so good.
Last question for Max. Amanda Darmati, marketing manager at Hinge Health. What's motivating you to do all
Hinge,
this?
the dating app?
Hinge Health.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I've been on Hinge recently, by the way. It's a great app.
Not the same. Not the same. Close enough, though.
Yeah.
So what's motivating you to do all this? What's on your mind in the ring?
What kind of fucking question is that? Okay, guys. When you get the opportunity to come do a media scrum, don't waste it. Do your fucking homework. Have questions ready. Like with these wrestlers that I bring on my channel, I don't just come on here to be like, oh my God, when you do it, why do you do what you do? Okay.
Want to make sure that I go down as being just as great as I say I am. That means the world to me. Leaving a legacy in this business means the world to me. This sport, as I was discussing before, sorry, these pickles are fucking so good, and I can't get over the fact that sorry. There have been a lot of people who are really good on the microphone, but can't back it up in the ring. And I feel it's happened for so many years that people just assume, oh, he can only talk. And what the legacy I want to leave is the same legacy that, you know, the types of top guys in this industry left, where they felt like the most complete package possible. I want to go down as the best wrestler of all time. And that's why I do this. Now, do I care if people agree with me? No. It's about how I feel. How do I feel right now? I feel not only am I on track, I feel that at the tender age of 26, I've arguably already had a Hall of Fame career. Sorry. I've been in some of the greatest rivalries in the history of the sport. I have had some of the greatest oratory exhibitions in the history of the sport.
You know what's crazy? He's playing a character But he might be onto something.
And I've had some of the greatest matches in the history of the sport, and I'm only 26. That's nuts.
He's got a full generation ahead of him. Maybe 2. Jesus Christ.
And this guy is very, very lucky to have caught me at the time he caught me. I'd say thank you, but then I would be an insincere piece of shit. So I'm going to grab this crutch, and I am going to go upstairs, and I am going to eat more of these Kalen and Kalen pickles. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Jim Cornette. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's a good place to stop the review. So I am going to quickly do the live chat. We're going to crown the Super Chat champion. And then we're going to split. Because I do think I've held you guys over midnight long enough. But I do want to take a couple of seconds to chat it up here in the live chat. We have a couple of Super Chats ready to go. But I think we can go ahead and crown still your YouTube Super Chat champion of the world, Nickname My. All right. Celebratory Super Chat.
Sorry I'm later. I got back from a theater watching Revolution with a friend. Here's my super chat.
Well, thank you so much, Higurashi, and thank you for contributing. Unfortunately, it was not nearly enough to beat the bomb of a $500 donation. Holy shit, $500 from Nickname My. You love to see it. Nickname My, congratulations, you are the champ. You are the champion, my friend. So Nickname My, what is your next title defense? Would you like to defend it at WrestleMania? Oh, fuck, who am I kidding? It's double or nothing, isn't it? Yep, it's double or nothing. I just saw it. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, no Super Chat Championship at WrestleMania this year. Hey, I told y'all, like, the only way you was gonna get it was to I'll donate them. And y'all said, ain't no way I'm giving you $500. I was like, all right. I understand. You know, I get it. Listen, Nickname My is probably gonna hold this belt for a long ass time, because I was like super surprised that people even thought that this guy was gonna come in and let y'all do what he did. But there it is. It's official. Nickname My still the champ. Next defense, Double or Nothing 2023. So before I get out of here, let me get your thoughts. What is your favorite match of the night? What is your match of the night, ladies and gentlemen? I'm assuming it was the Ironman, but talk to me. Like, how did y'all feel about AEW Revolution overall? And of course, that media scrum was phenomenal. Can't go wrong with that. TK said the AEW Fight Forever video game is finished and coming out soon. I'll believe it when I see it, quite frankly. Carlos Morenzo says his voice is gone after tonight. He'll hopefully get his voice back during the week. I hope so too. MJF versus Bryan Danielson, clear S. Shit. Tell me about it. John Bill II, this pay-per-view was beautiful. Easily the best wrestling program in 2023 so far. AEW and Tony Khan show me why my love for professional wrestling is still alive and kicking. Good to know. Valhalla Erickson, I have made peace with the fact that AEW will soon be the #1 wrestling promotion in America. I hope the sale doesn't happen. If WWE does indeed sell to Saudi Arabia, that's what's gonna happen. They will become the best wrestling company in America. Sorry, not sorry. Xavier Jackson, it'd be like seeing the 3 tenors do pop music. Yeah. You need to have MJF in AEW. I don't think he can be this character in WWE. I don't think so. Gen X 6887. Both the Iron Man and the Texas Death Match were the best on the show. That Trios match too was freaking amazing. Don't sit there and tell me the Trios match was not great, because it was. It's phenomenal. Freaking absolutely phenomenal. I'm gonna stay as long as y'all keep donating. I see a lot of people still want to donate, so I'm not gonna go anywhere until all the donations go through. So keep donating, ladies and gentlemen.
Revolution showed me if TK wants to give us story he can. The Iron Man match was stellar.
That Iron Man match was, again, it's one of the, perhaps the greatest Iron Man match I've ever seen. It's not even close. It ain't even close. You love to see it, man. Let's see here. I'm sorry, but MJF is too good for WWE. Yeah, Anthony White, you're right. I don't know if they'll... Okay, I think Triple H could use him, but Triple H won't be in charge for long. I see Vince McMahon selling that bitch very soon. I want to date Hikaru Shida. I mean, why not? Well, there you go. Like, Hikaru Shida could be one of the AEW originals. She is an AEW original. So what does that make? Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, Hikaru Shida, Thunder Rosa, and Jade Cargill? Ooh! Ooh, let's go! Oh, that would be so goddamn dope. That would be so goddamn dope. Moxley always bleeds thing is annoying at this point. I'm like, shut up. Wrestling's supposed to be violent. Who should be MJF's next feud? Hangman Page. If not CM Punk, Hangman Page for sure. The Iron Man match was awesome. I may have fainted a few times during that match. Bryan Danielson tapping out was a heartbreaker. That one was like a son of a bitch. Fuck. You know he's not gonna shut up now. Let me see here. What else y'all talking about? No WrestleMania title defense. Y'all couldn't beat Nickname Mai. Y'all couldn't beat him. Y'all gonna let this Brock Lesnar run all over y'all? Well, if you want the pay-per-view, a WWE pay-per-view to get the Superchat Championship, you gotta out-donate him. And I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening again. At Double or Nothing. Good luck. Good luck. Alright, y'all, let's go ahead and get out of here. It's late. So I'm about to be 1 a.m. right here, so... you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for making me a part of your day. As you file out, do all the YouTube things, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, for I am the Tickets of the Talkers. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments, leave everything down below. Shit. Nothing else really to talk about, honestly. The next thing coming up is WrestleMania. 3 weeks away from WrestleMania, so I'll be reviewing every Raw and SmackDown until then. And I might be taking a break afterwards, because this is a lot of reviews, and I don't see it getting any better past then, because by that point we'll know what's going to happen with WWE, because I'm getting concerned that this Saudi Arabia sale is actually becoming a reality, and AEW might be the only wrestling show we'll be talking about. So just be prepared for the worst. At least AEW's kicking in ass, and of course if anything else happens, I'll be up here to talk about that. So thank you for making me a part of your day. Always know you are welcomed right here in Alyx's world. A place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I love you. You guys take care of yourselves. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah.